Jeopardy! Host Ken Jennings was left stunned this week at one of the most impressive comebacks on the game show. During the latest episode of the Jeopardy! Masters tournament, Mattea Roach shot to second place on the leaderboard after they pulled themselves back during the final question. Mattea, 24, along with Matt Amadeo and Andrew E., was asked a question about a particular residence as part of the historic homes category. All three contestants answered correctly and said Balmoral, the estate that belongs to the British royal family. Matt's correct answer moved him up to 15,201 points, while Andrew's bumped him up to 20,700 points. Ken, 48, then came to Mattea and announced, "Now Mattea, you came into double jeopardy," with -400 points and left the round with almost 20,000. That's gotta be one of the most impressive comebacks in Jeopardy! Memory, well done, he added. Ken continued, "But what matters now is, did you think this was Balmoral Castle?" They did. What was the wager? Was it enough? He then asked as Mattea nodded. 10,601. Taking you to 30,401. Ken confirmed before adding, "You have won your second Jeopardy! Masters game, Mattea." Mattea looked delighted and turned to their fellow contestants to congratulate them too. Viewers then got a glimpse at the leaderboard, which now featured Mattea in second place under James Holzhauer. Andrew was in third place, while Matt sat in fourth with Sam Buttrey in fifth and Amy Schneider in sixth. Jeopardy! Masters fans were quick to share their thoughts on Mattea on Twitter. Incredible! What a comeback! Win number 2 for Mattea. "I think they're the dark horse of this tournament," one person claimed. Another tweeted, "Mattea is by far the coolest Jeopardy champ in memory," and a third person admitted, "Mattea on Jeopardy Masters has my heart." A fourth viewer wrote, "Woohoo! Mattea! They are my favorite," and someone else added, "I love of Mattea Roach, they're my Jeopardy crush." Mattea's latest victory comes after they left viewers stunned by an unexpected come-from-behind win during Tuesday's show. The Canadian coach, 24, struggled as the episode kicked off, falling into the red while Sam and Amy flourished. Eventually, they were able to turn it around. Going into Final Jeopardy, Mattea was within striking distance of Sam in second place. The tension in the studio was palpable as the Jeopardy! Masters tournament entered its final stages. Fans sat on the edge of their seats, eyes glued to the screen, waiting to see who among the contestants would rise to the challenge and claim victory. The competition had already seen plenty of shocking moments, but nothing could have prepared viewers for the upset about to unfold, an upset so monumental that even host Ken Jennings was left in awe. Mattea Roach, a rising star in the world of Jeopardy, had already built a reputation for her impressive streak of wins during her original run. But the Masters tournament was a different beast entirely. Facing off against other champions like Amy Schneider, James Holzhauer, and Matt Amadeo, the stakes were higher than ever before. The competition was fierce, and Roach had struggled in the early rounds. For the first half of the match, it appeared as if Mattea was out of her depth. Schneider and Holzhauer, known for their speed and accuracy, quickly racked up points, leaving Mattea trailing behind. Fans on social media voiced their concern, many believing that this was the end of the road for the young contestant. With each incorrect response or missed opportunity, Roach's chances of a comeback seemed to dwindle. By the double Jeopardy round, she was more than $10,000 behind the leader, Holzhauer, who was performing at his usual aggressive pace. But if there was one thing that Jeopardy! Fans had learned about Mattea Roach, it was that she thrived in moments of adversity. As the final Jeopardy round approached, Roach appeared to adopt a new level of focus, a determination that hadn't been as visible earlier in the match. Jennings, ever the astute observer, seemed to notice the shift, casting the occasional glance in Roach's direction as if sensing that something big was about to happen. The final Jeopardy category was revealed, World Leaders. It was a broad topic, and one that could swing in any direction. The clue was delivered with Jennings' characteristic precision, this leader, once exiled from his homeland, became the prime minister of his country and oversaw a remarkable economic transformation in the 1970s. The contestants furrowed their brows, pens in hand, as they scribbled their responses. Roach appeared deep in thought, her expression uncharacteristically intense. As the iconic Jeopardy! Music filled the studio, viewers could only speculate about whether she would be able to pull off a miracle or if her time in the Masters tournament would come to an end. One by one, the answers were revealed. Amy Schneider, who had been in second place, wagered conservatively and correctly identified the leader as Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, increasing her total by a few $1,000s. Matt Amadeo, trailing slightly behind Roach, also answered correctly but failed to wager enough to make a significant difference. Finally, it was Holzhauer's turn. The professional gambler in Jeopardy! Titan, known for his bold wagers, had put everything on the line. But when his answer was revealed, who is Deng Xiaoping? The audience gasped. He had answered incorrectly, and suddenly, the door was wide open for Mattea Roach. It all came down to her. If she had answered correctly and wagered wisely, she could stage one of the greatest comebacks in Jeopardy! History. With a deep breath, Jennings turned to Roach and revealed her response, who is Lee Kuan Yew? The studio erupted in applause. Roach had not only answered correctly but had wagered an amount that catapulted her into first place. She had pulled off the impossible, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Her total soared past Holzhauer's, securing her a spot in the final round of the Masters tournament. Ken Jennings, clearly impressed by the magnitude of the upset, couldn't contain his admiration. That, he said, his voice filled with awe, might be the most impressive comeback I've ever seen on this stage. Coming from Jennings, a man who holds the record for the longest winning streak in Jeopardy! History, those words carried immense weight. Social media exploded with reactions. Fans who had been doubting Roach's chances just minutes earlier were now praising her resilience and intelligence. Mattea Roach just made me believe in miracles, one user tweeted, while another commented, that was a masterclass in keeping your cool under pressure. She deserves every bit of that win. Even her fellow competitors couldn't help but applaud her achievement. Amy Schneider, who had been a formidable opponent throughout the tournament, smiled graciously as she congratulated Roach after the show. "You really earned that one," Schneider told her backstage, shaking her hand. "I've never seen anything like it." Holzhauer, always a good sport despite his competitive nature, took to Twitter to acknowledge Roach's victory with his signature humor. "I taught her everything she knows," he joked, followed by a winking emoji. In truth, even he seemed to be genuinely impressed by what Roach had accomplished.